Can you please try and explain to me what you interpret by what can be unburdened by what has been? What does that mean?
I don't know if I should say.
If Donald Trump wins, who profits? Well, I think the liberal mainstream media will get content. They'll get clips for the next 4 years. But it seems like the mainstream news, the legacy media, is flipping on Kamala Harris. It's epic to watch. And we got new information that's going to blow your mind.
Would you call the border secure?
The border is secure.
You're confident this border is secure?
We have a secure border.
After decades in law enforcement, I know the importance of safety and security, especially at our border. As president, I will bring back the bipartisan border security bill that he killed, and I will sign it into law.
She's going to bring back the border security bill and sign it into law. This guy knows she's lying.
Donald Trump saying that Kamala Harris has bigger cognitive problems than Joe Biden.
Why would you even cover that? This is a person who's not on the level. He is their nominee for president. He is incompetent. Let's not even talk about the silliness of it all and the weirdness of it all and the assault on women that it is. We're not going to talk issues.
Donald Trump saying that Kamala Harris has bigger
Jake Tapper touched the third rail and Nancy quickly slapped him back into place. He's not allowed to question Kamala Harris. Nancy won't share any stock trading secrets with him, right? Allegedly. This is so epic to watch, and I wish that Mike Johnson had half the balls, half the testicular fortitude that Nancy Pelosi does. Like her or love her, loathe her, hate her, maybe you just want to vomit when you hear her voice. But Congress was under control, and she kept the Democrats in line. Our current Speaker of the House continues to cave, and I firmly believe he's working for this lady. I believe Mike Johnson is, I would say, compromised, allegedly. And that's exactly what's going on, but the mainstream media has gone off the rails. It's funny to watch, it's epic to see, and the fallout is going to be felt across the Democrat Party. Stand by.
In our 2024 lead, 42 days until Election Day. Voting has already started in some parts of the country. Vice President Kamala Harris is targeting the 7 battleground states with this TV ad.
I'll lower the cost of insulin and prescription drugs for everyone, and I will work to pass the first ever federal ban on price gouging on food. More than 100 million Americans will get a tax cut.
This ad attempts to be a fairly straightforward presentation in answering
the sad attempts. Did you hear that?
The question of how exactly she would address the cost of living crisis, which has not always been the case in some of these more unscripted moments that we've heard from the candidate herself in interviews with CNN's Dana Bash or the Philadelphia's Channel 6 or Oprah. Harris has been asked to outline some specific things she would do to help working people pay for things if elected. And each time she began, well, take a listen.
Opportunity economy.
When I look at the aspirations, the goals, the ambitions of the American people, I think that people are ready for a new way forward.
I grew up a middle-class kid. My mother...
Let's listen to any verbs that you hear. I want some action words. I always listen for action words whenever I listen to a politician. I don't want feelings. I don't want adjectives. I damn sure don't want pronouns. I want action words. Do this, cut this, slash this, promote this. That's what I want. Listen to how many action words you hear in this. How many verbs.
Raised my sister and me. She worked very hard. Yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family.
In some cases, it has taken nearly 2 minutes before Vice President Harris actually arrives at describing her policy.
YouTube policy people. This is not AI generated. This is actual CNN reporting from Jake Crapper. This is not AI generated, Gavin Newsom. This is real. Okay, this is real. You are witnessing the Twilight Zone. I can't play the music. It's copyrighted. I'll probably go to jail if I do that. But this is real. Jake Tapper is absolutely body slamming, just like the Ugandan giant, the wrestler, also named Kamala. This is amazing. This is so good to see.
Policies. Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is here with us to discuss. Do you think she needs to be presenting more meat on the bones of, I get that she's from a middle-class family. It's great. And I get that she feels people's pains. Great. But what about, like, here are the 5 things I'm going to do directly for you? Does she need to be doing more of that?
Well, she'll be doing some of that tomorrow once she'll put forth her economic plan. But people like to have a connection to whoever is running for office, that they share their experience, that they understand.
Oh, I'm sharing her experience. I've got a connection. She's going to put forth a policy plan with 39 days to go to the presidential election. 39 days and we're going to get a policy plan? Nancy, come on. I don't know if it's Stoli, Smirnoff, Grey Goose, whatever it is. Send me a few cases, babe. Send me a few cases.
Their lives, and I think that's what she is establishing. But I never give advice to presidential candidates. The wisdom that they have.
Wait, did you see the smile? She never gives advice to presidential candidates, but she will say, "Hey, Joe, if you don't quit, we're going to leak some stuff." Watch that again. You got to see this. Oh, my God.
5 things I'm going to do directly for you. Does she need to be doing more of that?
Well, she'll be doing some of that tomorrow once she'll put forth her economic plan. But people like to have a connection to whoever is running for office, that they share their experience, that they understand their lives. And I think that's what she is establishing. But I never give advice to presidential candidates. The wisdom that they have, the astute political astuteness that they have to become the presidential candidate says they know something about the market out there. But I do think that the one issue in terms of the cost of living, people want to hear something very specific. She is saying that in that ad, but also tomorrow in her economic plan. I have no complaint about how she is going forward.
Oh, not a complaint, but do you think...
Not a complaint, because you're doing everything. She is doing what you say. She is a remote control car. And Nancy and somebody else are driving her around the country, spilling the same regurgitated talking points. Hell, I'm sure many of you are now saying an opportunity economy, unburdened by what has been.
I think that she needs to be mixing it up more, having a press conference, more town halls, just out and about more. Oprah's
don't do it.
The queen,
don't
obviously.
Let her.
But that's not a tough interview sitting down with Oprah. Oprah's endorsed her. She spoke at the convention. Does she need to be doing more of that sort of thing?
She will make that decision in her campaign.
Don't let her. Do not let Kamala go out by herself and talk about anything on her own. This is a Black American lady that's going to drop the hammer on Kamala Harris. It's epic to watch. You have to see it. Watch it till the very end. There is some information in this clip. This lady spoke at a town hall that's going to blow your mind and possibly end Kamala Harris's campaign. This is new information you haven't seen before.
My name is Jade. I am a former Democrat. Unlike Kamala Harris, I'm an actual real-life Black woman. And I'm a former Democrat who is currently registered Republican. I stand here before you today because I'm tired. I'm tired of the Democrats using the generational trauma of my people to garner votes. They invoke fear. They tell me I'm oppressed. They tell me I'm less than. They tell me I'm not good enough. And they tell me that my white brothers and sisters in Christ are my enemy. No. They are not. As a follower of Jesus Christ, Ephesians 5:11 tells me I must expose the works of the enemy. And the enemy is telling me that don't worry that I can't pay my bills, that I'm working 6 days a week this week and I'm tired, and And I went to school and I have a career. I'm doing worse under this administration than in Donald Trump's administration, but I'm told to be afraid of a man who made my life better?
Yep.
How does that work? Make it make sense. During COVID, I knew more of my white guy friends that lost their jobs than me and my black girlfriends. We are the same in this country. All these Americans want the same thing. We want safety. We want prosperity. We want peace. And the Democrats keep going back and look, check it out, right? I honor my ancestors and the people who fought for us to be in this room here today. No one is discounting what my people went through, but honor them by getting past it and invoking forgiveness in this culture. I'm so tired of being told I need to be afraid. I'm so tired that I need to be told all the time that I have to vote for the Democrats who have done nothing positive for my life at all. My life is totally worse than it was during the Trump administration. Yet I kept having, you must vote for the Democrats. We're told this as black people.
Is your life better? Is your life better right now? 3 years, 10 months, 19, 20 days later. Is your life better? Are you constantly being told, don't vote for Trump, he's evil, he's Schmittler, he's a schmatzi? Are you being told that? Because there's a lot of black Americans, there's a lot of people across the country that are being told that. They're being lied to. You cannot be unburdened by what has been. That is a Marxist statement. And it's to remove your history, remove your past. The Democrat Party cannot continue to hide behind their lies, their hatred, their deceptive practices. Because ladies like this, that just want a better place to live for themselves, for their families, for their grandkids, are coming out and they're speaking. They're off the plantation. They're off the reservation. And Kamala Harris, her campaign is in the dumps. When CNN is dumping on you, when Nancy Pelosi is laughing at you on national TV, things are getting bad. Donald Trump is on the rise. Kamala Harris is in the dumpster where she needs to be, and she's back on the street, just like San Francisco's full of the other poop on the sidewalk. Veteran Bikers out.
Can you please try and explain to me what you interpret by what can be unburdened by what has been? What does that mean?
I don't know if I should say. There's a line in Marx where sometimes you hear certain phrases like a world to win. AOC uses the phrase, we have a world to win, which comes from the end of the Communist Manifesto, originally written in German. It was the name. I used to hang out in the Revolutionary Bookstore in Cambridge, Massachusetts with the communists because they print everything in every language. So if you're trying to learn multiple languages, they'll print the same text in all of these languages and you can compare. It basically says you have to wipe out what has been to arrive in the new.
And where's it from? What can be unburdened by what has been?
It's not a direct translation, but it occurs in Karl Marx. Now, I wasn't expecting this. I could find you the exact reference. If you think about what Mao had to do to wipe out Chinese history, what Pol Pot had to do, you're trying to wipe out memory because the memory has all of this burden. Why is it important to go after doctors and lawyers and teachers and professors? Because in some sense, they are going to resist the new order that you're about to impose. You're looking for a blank slate.
So like a tether to the past.